We are going to continue our unit on statistics today with box and whisker plots. Box and whisker plots are a way to show how your data is spread. Statistics assume that your data points, the numbers in your list, are clustered around some central value. We've been discussing those central values, mean, median, and mode. And the box and whisker plot contains and thereby highlights the middle half of these data points. So this is just a way to show how your data is spread. Within the box, we're going to have 3 points that we're going to focus on. The first middle point is going to be our median, and then we're going to do the middle point of the two halves. So we're going to do the medians of those halves. And these 3 points are going to divide our box and whisker plot into 4 different quarters that are called quartiles. So you're going to need to fill in your blanks on your note sheet. So it says you name quartiles by using a capital Q followed by the number of the quarter. Notice on our note sheet here, for whatever reason, the PowerPoint didn't come through correctly. So notice on your paper, this is a capital Q still, but it's a little one underneath, a sub 1. So Q1 stands for quartile 1, the middle number for the first half of the list. And then Q2, quartile 2, is the middle number for the whole list. So the quartile 2 is actually your median of your original list. Quartile 3, Q3 here, quartile 3, is the middle number for the second half of the list. And quartile 4 is the largest value in the list. Pause the video to fill in your blanks. The whiskers are the endpoints of the graph. So these are the lowest and the highest numbers in the list. So the endpoints are the lowest and the highest, and we call those the whiskers. Pause the video to fill in your blanks. Continue to fill in the blanks on your notes, and notice on your notes you're actually missing this step number 5, so you're going to need to write down the whole sentence for step number 5. So let's go back up here to step 1. So step 1, to make a box and whisker plot, you're going to make a number line. Step 2, find the median of your list and put it as a dot on the number line. That median is going to represent your Q2, your quartile 2. Step 3, you're going to find the median of the numbers below your median and put it as a dot on the number line. This is Q1, or quartile 1. Step 4, find another median, but this time you're going to find the median of the numbers above the original median. Put it as a dot on the number line, and this is Q3, quartile 3. And then step 5, like I said, you need to write this whole step down. Put a dot on the smallest and on the largest values of your data to make the whiskers. Pause the video to fill in the blanks. Okay, so notice on your paper it says, for example, draw a box and whisker plot for the following data set. So I have gone ahead and put my numbers in order from least to greatest. So I need you to pause the video so you can do the same thing. The next step, I've drawn a number line. And notice when we look at our numbers, they're all in tenths, 3.9, 4.1, 4.2. So I started my number line at 3.5, a little bit less than the smallest number, and went up to 5.3, a little bit bigger than the largest number. So the next step, we have some important values that we're going to find. Our minimum, our maximum, our quartile 1, Q1, our quartile 2, Q2, and our quartile 3, Q3. So I'm going to start with the easiest. So our minimum number is 3.9. Our maximum number is 5.1. Then we're going to find our quartile 2. I'm going to go to it next, because quartile 2 is the median of our whole list. So I'm going to start marking out numbers here. So I'm going to mark out 3.9, 5.1, till we get to the center. 4.1 and 5. 4.2, 4.9. 4.3, 4.8. 4.3 and 4.7. 4.4, 4.6. 4.4, 4.5. 4.4 and 4.5. So our median of the whole list is 4.4, and that represents our quartile 2. Okay, now we're going to find quartile 1. So we're going to look at this data that's below Q2, which is the median of our whole set, and we're going to find the median of this data. So we're going to mark out until we get to the center. Okay, and notice we have two 4.3s in the center. So that means quartile 1 is going to be 4.3. Now we're going to find quartile 3, which is going to be the median of the data above Q2, above our original median. So we're going to start marking out till we get to the center. So mark out 4.5, 5.1, 4.5 and 5, 4.6 and 4.9. So that leaves 4.7 and 4.8. So we're going to add those together and divide by 2, which is going to give us 4.75, and that's our quartile 3. Now we're going to make our box and whisker plot. So we're going to start with these numbers, quartile 1, 2, and 3. This is going to be the box in our box and whisker plot. So I'm going to go to my number line. I'm going to put a dot at 4.3 for quartile 1, a dot at 4.4 for quartile 2, and a dot at 4.75 for quartile 3. So that's going to be between 4.7 and 4.8. And then above where those dots are, I'm going to make a box for our box and whisker. And then above the 4.4, which is quartile 2, I'm going to draw a line right above that dot inside of our box. Now I'm going to go to my minimum, which is 3.9. I'm going to put a dot there, and right above it I'm going to draw a line and connect it to my box. That's called the whisker. Then I'm going to go to my maximum, which is 5.1, put a dot. Right above that I'm going to put a line and connect it to my box for my other whisker. And this is your box and whisker plot. Now what this represents is the numbers that are in the box here. This part, this is where most of your numbers within your data lie. And remember, this end of the box, the left end of the box, is your quartile 1, so that's your lower median. The line in the middle represents your quartile 2, that's the median of your whole set of data. And then the right end of your box represented your quartile 3. That's the median of the upper part of your data. And then your left whisker down here, this is your lowest value in your data, and the right whisker is the highest number in your data.